Hi, my name's Jimmy Clark, and 9 months ago I was diagnosed with cancer, which was a shock. I thought I had a stomach ulcer, and I had some tests, and I went to the hospital thinking that I was going to get some tablets for my ulcer, and that I would all be fixed very quickly and that kind of stuff. And I ended up leaving the hospital with a handful of Macmillan leaflets and having to go home to tell my wife and kids that I'd got cancer, which is obviously a massive shock. And doctors and the nurses were just absolutely incredible. They offered so much support, and charities like Macmillan were fantastic. But the thing that really helped me the most was just meeting people that had been through it, people that had walked that journey, people that had gone through chemo, people that knew how it felt, knew what it was like to not work, knew what it was like to have their stomach removed. I've had my stomach and half of my esophagus removed, and so it can be quite a daunting time, obviously, but I found that actually finding people that have been through it and have got through the other end and just seeing them get back to normal was just really, really encouraging. So I thought it'd be worth making a few little videos just to tell you about my journey, really, and just to hopefully offer you that same kind of encouragement. And if you've just been diagnosed with cancer, or gastric cancer, or esophagus cancer, well, here I am 9 months on, and I'm doing really well. So I just want to encourage you with all that kind of stuff. The word cancer is so daunting. Just the word is just a scary thing. The night before I was diagnosed, there was a program on the telly, and a doctor said 1 in 2 people were going to get cancer. And me and my wife looked at each other and just like, there's no, really? That statistic must be wrong. And then I didn't realize at the time that I actually had it. So it's very common, and you're going to know people that go through it. So I thought it'd be good to just talk about getting diagnosed and what that feels like, because the first thing you can think is it's very fearful. And yeah, it's scary. It can be really scary. But if you've got people around you, and if you can find people that can mentor you through it, then that fear can actually turn into hope, and that's what we want. And this whole journey for you doesn't have to be a fearful one, it can be a hopeful one. And fortunately I had a few guys around me, or lots of friends around me, that really supported me. But I've got a friend called Dave Bell who really looked out for me. He's been through cancer himself, and he's been fine now for 14 years, and he's doing remarkably well. And he was just really helped me through it. And the best advice he gave me is, however you feel, just remember you're one day closer to getting better. Okay, so however you feel now, if you've got it or you know someone who's got it, they're one day closer to getting better. And that's a really good mindset to have. So so being diagnosed is really hard. But the thing that's really hard as well, which a lot of people don't think about, is actually telling people that you've got cancer, because people's reactions aren't always great, because they're really shocked and they're really sad and they're really upset, because as you would be if the shoe's on the other foot and friends of yours tell you they've got cancer, it's shocking news. So when you tell people, don't be surprised if they kind of are a bit withdrawn, or are really sad, but talk really openly about your emotions, how you're feeling, how you want to be treated. Something that I really wanted was things to be normal. I wanted to laugh and joke with my friends. I wanted to laugh about it. As a dad, I wanted to kind of model what it's like to go through something horrendous but do it really well for my kids, and so having a positive look on it and just trying to make things normal with your friends is really important. Trying to have a laugh and a joke, and just a life with cancer is still a life, as they're saying at the moment on all the recent adverts. So try and make it light-hearted. And I know that sounds really ridiculous, try and make it light-hearted, but you can still have fun. You can still, and I'm not talking about trying to make light of it or pretend that it's not happening, but try and have fun with it, try and laugh a lot, try and because if not, you'll just find yourself in a dark place, kind of trying to get through it. And so get a good group of people around you to help you out. I'm fortunate enough to be a part of a really good church, and a lot of the people in the church, a lot of my friends, they put a rota together, and they made me and my wife Ems, they made us dinner for a month. So every day for a month, people were coming around with meals for us, which was amazing. Really took the pressure off and really helped us practically, you know. So if you've got a friend that is going through this, that's something you could do that could really help them practically. The other thing that they did was they would take the kids out for the day and give the kids a really good day out, you know, which would leave me and Ems with time just to process all we were feeling and all that kind of stuff. And it's important that you do that as well, you know. Take stock of your emotions. Don't try and be British about it. Don't try and have a stiff upper lip, you know. Just process it all in a good way, you know. There's going to be times where you're going to cry, there's going to be times where you're going to feel scared, there's going to be times where it's going to be really difficult, but the quicker you process them, the quicker you can kind of move on, you know. So so just in terms of the diagnosis, it's a shock, you know. As my friend Dave said, cancer doesn't wait for a polite opportunity to come knocking at your door, you know. So it is a shock, and it's a shock to people, it's a shock to your friends and things like that, and it's a shock to you. But actually, if you get people around you, you can turn that fear into hope, and that's what you want to do. Be hopeful, find mentors, find people around you that have gone through it, that can help you, that can support you through it, and so that you can have a day where you think, okay, in 9 months time I could get through this, I could feel really good, and things could be great. So all the best with it. If you've got any questions or anything that you want to post, please feel free to post below, and yeah, I'd love to hear from you and help answer your questions if I can in any way. Okay, cheers.